Don't you, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm warning you.
No, I'm laughing because I forgot I was still record screen
Spent. That's the
Skorsky.
That's Sikorsky, like that. I don't know. Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of the show today. And Jared's already on a he's like
I am already off to a rough start, and we just hit record.
You're like,
oh my god,
you're like 2 stutters away from like eating your goddamn socks and like shitting out the wool remains. Like,
I got a secret for you. We're barefoot.
It's already started.
The socks are in my hands.
He's already started.
Oh man,
but we got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot of news to talk about. We're gonna
a lot of gaming news.
Yeah. We
almost hit 20 gaming topics. God damn.
We have definitely exited the lull period of gaming, which we got off to early in the year. So why don't we get right into it? So first off, in starting off with our text news, we got a significant number of Windows 11 feature updates coming next month. So what you can expect are Windows 11 is finally going to have Android app support. So you'll be able to download mobile Android apps directly from the Amazon App Store to your Windows PC. So potentially that means Marvel Contest of Champions on your PC. Imagine that in 4K at like 60 FPS. Oh, would that look nice?
Izzy has Windows 11 on her laptop.
That would look really nice. That would look really nice. How new is her laptop? Damn, if
fairly new.
If your laptop can run Windows 11, I was gonna say she must have gotten it within 1 year.
Got it as a Christmas gift.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Makes sense. It's within the most recent year.
When the new update will also feature universal mute and unmute microphone buttons on the system tray. Yeah, so you can universally mute your microphone no matter what application you're in, or unmute as well, which is very, very useful, and it should have been a feature a long time ago. There is quick window share with Microsoft Teams, which it looks like Microsoft is looking to push to replace Skype. You ever notice that? You ever notice how like they don't talk about Skype?
Yeah, no, Skype is like largely forgotten.
Skype is like dead. Skype is like the
it had a 10-year head start for group video chat, and then Zoom came in during the quarantine and was like, I'll take it.
Skype is like the MySpace of video chat apps.
Yeah.
Like it was the father of them, and now no one uses it anymore. Weather on the taskbar will return if you center align it. Whatever that means. System clock will now appear on the taskbar on your secondary displays, which I cannot believe that they're making that seem like it's a great revolutionary feature. Like it's in bold, it's highlighted, and I'm like, why wasn't that a thing before? I just need to know the goddamn time on my other monitor, please. Like, so frustrating. Notepad has also gotten a little aesthetic change. It looks slightly different, which I'm honestly a fan of. It will feature light mode and dark mode, which I'm also a big fan of.
Yes.
Finally, dark mode Notepad. Yeah, please.
Dark Note.
We got a new Windows Media Player app, which will replace Microsoft's Groove and movie and TV apps that were in Windows 10. But those apps are also included in the Windows Store, which I'm like, if we have a new media player, why don't you just get rid of those other things? This is going to be a universal one. It will also feature EQ settings that you could tune your video and your music to, which I think is very cool.
That's pretty cool.
It also supports OGG video and audio and FLAC and MKV format, same as before in Windows 10. So yeah, a lot of features are coming to Windows 11, and it's looking more and more attractive every day to upgrade. I'm still not gonna upgrade until these.
I'm still waiting for my brain to be like, it's worth it now.
I'm still not gonna change until like there's a strong enough reason. Like the Android apps are only gonna be a beta feature next month. So like until that exits beta, I'm gonna hold off on it. But
hello, Violet.
It's fleshing out. It's fleshing out. It keeps fleshing out. They're working on they've ironed out a lot of the bugs that I think it had at launch. So I think we're shaping up to be in good shape. Also, President Biden has implemented what is called a zero trust cybersecurity policy in all government agencies. What that means essentially is people should only necessary staff members in the IT and cybersecurity fields should only be given enough information and login credentials to complete the necessary tasks that they are assigned, and not one credential more. This is to ensure minimal conflicts of interest or minimal risk of security breach, as well as transparency,
Okay.
which I like. He's
I think it's not a bad move.
In his memo, he said he instructed the government agencies to quote trust no one, which if we weren't in a new Cold War now, it definitely, or if we weren't in a new Cold War before, it definitely feels like it now. Like,
Yeah.
Does this?
Yeah, we're not even talking about just general politics on the show. We only bring into the tech topics.
Like, I'm not saying Biden is the new McCarthy, but like, you remember what McCarthyism was, and like, it kind of like, I'm like, that bell in my head goes off. It's like, oh, remember that? Like, oh, that's what that was. It definitely feels like that could be a possibility in the future, but I think it's an interesting development nonetheless. Lord knows there are way too many cybersecurity breaches, like even on our own government agencies. So I think it's a good move for now. The cheapest RTX card from NVIDIA has gone on sale, the RTX 3050. It is budget RTX, starting at $249 for the cheapest RTX card. I believe it has 6 gigabytes of VRAM, I think. 3050. Oh, I guess I didn't type in the taskbar. That's funny.
Oops.
3050.
We're streaming directly into Violet's brain chip. Oh my.
Oh hell yeah. Speaking of, you remember the Elon Musk's Neuralink brain interfaces have entered human trials. So human volunteers have signed their waivers and they are signing their souls away. Soul killer AI protocol from Cyberpunk, everybody. That's where we're headed. The 3050 scores 8 gigabytes of VRAM, so I think that's a good step for budget RTX. Everyone knows that 4 gigabytes of VRAM is not enough these days for any like form of like game, unless you're rocking the most budget machine. I would say 6 is the minimum these days, and 8 is the ideal. Anything else is just gravy. Gravy. So yeah, the RTX card looks like it boasts slightly better performance than the 1660 Ti at only at like 15 to 20% lower cost, which I think is better. It's like 10 to 15% better performance at 15 to 20% lower cost. So I think that's good. I think that's a net positive.
I look into it.
I see that as an absolute win. I don't recommend that for you, like, because it wouldn't be enough of an upgrade to justify.
That's right. No, I used to have the 1660.
Now you had the 5500 XT. You have now a 1660 Super.
1660 Super. That's what it was, not a Ti. Gotcha.
So it wouldn't make sense for you to spend $250 on that card.
Okay.
However, we should look into Intel's graphics cards for you when they become available, because that might be worth it. Since it looks like they're going to be targeting RTX 3070 Ti level performance, around the same budget. Looks like they're going to be targeting
maybe running blue pretty soon.
Maybe running Team Blue and Red. What would that make? Purple? Team Purple.
Yes.
Team Purple. I like that. Team Purple. Also,
my favorite color.
We got some YouTube pertinent news.
Hi YouTube.
Hi.
Can I do that yet? We can do that, right?
Susan Wojcicki. Wojcicki. I don't know how you pronounce her name. I'm sorry, Susan. CEO of YouTube has laid out hopeful plans in 2022 and like sort of like road mapping what they want to achieve this year. they are, quote, looking further ahead to the future and have been following everything happening in Web3 as well as a source of inspiration to continue innovating on YouTube. Web3 is a new web protocol that will change the, like, I don't know, it might be hyped up a little bit, but like Web3 is like we're on Web2 right now. Think of it like a new infrastructure upgrade to the overall internet. Like how think of internet 1.0 as like the internet is invented, right? And think of Web 2.0 as like Windows 7 and up. I would say. And now it looks like we're going to be entering Web.3 within the next decade. So I'm interested. It's YouTube is also broaching the possibility of implementing things such as NFTs into YouTube, which I am not a fan of at all. They're looking into expanding free emerging technologies, quote, including things like NFTs, while continuing to strengthen and enhance the experiences creators and fans have on YouTube. And I swear, if you get, I know an image of this plays out in my head. Like, you would get an NFT,
a non-fungible image.
like you would get an NFT, and you would potentially be able to use that NFT as a thumbnail in a video, like some shit like that, like something like that. And it's just like, we already have so many pervasive microtransaction-y things in our lives. Can we just not with like our daily things? Like the concept of like a like on Instagram or like an upvote on Reddit is already enough where I'm like, okay, this is a bit much. Once you get into NFTs, you have completely lost me. Like, I am not into it. Susan has also addressed public discourse on the removal of the dislike button. This is a direct quote from her. We heard from many of you about the removal of the public dislike counts on YouTube, and I know this decision was controversial. Some of you mentioned dislikes helped you decide what videos to watch. However, people dislike videos for many reasons, including some that have nothing to do with the video, which means it's not always an accurate way to select videos to watch. And there is some merit to what she says there. Sometimes videos get dislike bombed, you know, much in the same way that movies or games get review bombed. And it's because simply someone just doesn't like the content that is being put out rather than it being actual harmful to the overall YouTube community for being misinformation or just inaccurate. But I still think the overall removal of the dislike button was not a good thing. I think it was a helpful tool to users of the site. Also, I mentioned I believe a few months ago that NVIDIA was planning on acquiring ARM, the chip manufacturer technology.
Yep, I remember that.
And it looks like after being sued by the federal government, they are dropping their acquisition of ARM.
Makes sense.
And I think, and more than the lawsuit, I think the main reason for this is that NVIDIA sees that the future is not in ARM. Otherwise, they wouldn't have dropped it so easily. A simple lawsuit from the federal government wouldn't have stopped them if they knew this is where the future was headed. Apple is into ARM right now because like they've just moved away from Intel chips and they're like no longer focusing on x86 architecture. But even Apple knows ARM is temporary. Like RISC-V is going to be the new standard in the future, and I don't know what comes after that. Smarter people than me in the overall information technology business or the hardware technology business could answer to that, but I think that NVIDIA dropped this because they know that ARM is not going to be as long-term an investment as they would hope it would be.
Yeah, leg is where it's at now.
ARMS on the Switch is where it's at now. You get two of them.
Yeah, ARMS!
You get double.
With a Z, so it's cool.
I do think NVIDIA is happy that they won't be having to pay $40 billion for the acquisition, though.
Ooh, that's a good point, Violet.
It's a
In conjunction with being able to remove comments, no dislikes gives creators a little too much freedom to create thought bubbles.
To create thought bubbles. Yeah, right. Like having outside opinions, public discourse, that thing, freedom of speech, such as the like as. Uh, Last tech related topic for the day: Dark Souls 3 exploit.
Oh, this was so
Do
upsetting.
you want to
Good.
do you want to mention this? Because I think this you would have some
I
more information about this.
I didn't read too much into like the tech side of it. Like you probably have a better description of what actually happened.
I have
So
a
I'm
better
gonna
understanding of it from a tech point of view.
yeah, which is why I say just because it's in the tech side
Um,
of it, like I want you to say it.
Dark Soul. So there was an exploit where if a PvP invasion occurred, like a player invades your game in Dark Souls 3, a bad actor, they're being called, could potentially take control of your entire computer and your entire system, and have access to sensitive information and essentially virtually control your machine. Which is obviously very bad, and From Software code engineers scrambled immediately to fix this, and it has been patched, but this was a very big oversight, and I'm not sure how this could have happened. Uh, and they said apparently this is a remote code execution exploit found in Dark Souls 3, and apparently if they didn't catch it when they did, even games like Elden Ring would have been at risk to have the same exploit. So it's a good thing that we knew about this, because now they're looking for it elsewhere. And I don't know about you, we're getting Elden Ring on PC. I would have been pretty upset
If suddenly my entire my PC became somebody else's PC,
become someone else's squish monkey.
like invaders already take my patience and joy out of playing a game. Why take more?
I mean, you saw me at the end of Demon Souls, and I was like, the enthusiasm was just like constantly dying, and it was not because of any NPC or any enemy in the game. It was because of the other players. Oh, it's so toxic sometimes.
And so like, man, I'm just why you gotta be 50 levels above me just to like, bro, I suck at this game. Were those 2,000 souls worth it? Was it worth it for you?
Oh, it's even some people that did the gold coin glitch at launch, and like now they're just a massive level above everybody else, and like no one else stands a chance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they just like troll like beginner players. They get them in that opening area because they don't like From Software first timers are like, I don't know how to turn the online off, and then they fucking spam them in the beginning area, and then they just die over and over again. It's so toxic. Anyway, moving on to gaming. PlayStation has released its wrap-up tool for the year 2021 to see what stats you have on your PlayStation console, such as total hours played on PS5 and how many trophies you played and your most played game in 2021. And further
I'm gonna look into
statistics
this right now.
that you would want to see. You have to log in with your PlayStation Network account, but it should tell you.
1 second, I'm getting a call. Keep going.
Okay, I will keep going. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm gonna do it just because I'm curious. I don't play that much on PS5 anymore, but I am looking into it just to see, because like I think these things are helpful from a user perspective. Also, Take-Two Interactive executive has called GTA glitches, GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition launch glitches, largely fixed. So he believes, this executive in question believes that these have, or Take-Two, sorry, this is CEO Strauss Zelnick, that has said that the glitches in the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition that were prevalent at launch have largely been resolved. So I don't know how accurate that claim is, because I have not played these yet, because I've been waiting to buy them because of the glitches that are in them. But I think it's a good sign. But like at like Take-Two is probably one of the developers or the publishers that I trust least these days. Like it goes Activision, Blizzard, EA, Take-Two. Those are the three that I'm like I have the hardest time trusting in terms of that. Also, DualSense one-handed controller adapter single-handedly makes gaming possible. Do you see what I did there?
Boo! Oh,
So,
I'm so
a
mad.
contro-
That was a great
a
play.
controller modder and YouTuber Akaki Kumiri has created a one-handed adapter for the PS5's DualSense controller, which allows him to play his PS5 with one hand, which I think is very interesting. He showcased gameplay from titles such as Grand Theft Auto 5 and Rocket League, which I'm very impressed with because I could see Grand Theft Auto 5 being played with one hand, but Rocket League being played with one hand, that's very impressive. Which I like. This is also an innovation in accessibility. Like people who only have one hand to play a controller with, I think this is very good, and Sony should definitely contact him on how to do this, or they should just buy out the patent and do it in mass from him because he 3D printed this, which I think is very cool. Did all the engineering work, all the modeling.
That's so cool.
I think it's very cool. Also, Activision Blizzard is apparently not going to recognize Raven Software's labor union. If you don't know, Raven Software is one of the development studios under the Activision Blizzard umbrella. They have been allocated to largely Call of Duty support studio in most of recent years. And for the last several weeks, or even months, I think they went on strike in like November. For the last couple months, they have been on strike, largely because the treatment of the Raven Software staff has been very lacking, and it has been harmful at times to the staff as well. And as a result, the Raven Software employees, numerous ones have went on strike, and they organized a formal labor union with the National Labor Relations Board. And they petitioned the executives at Raven Software they petitioned the executives at Activision Blizzard to recognize Raven Software's labor union, and Activision Blizzard said it will not voluntarily recognize the labor union, meaning that essentially, in business speak, we're not going to obey this unless someone forces us to. So get back to work, or you're going to lose your jobs. And
Great.
I'm just like somebody else owns your entire ass now, and you're still making a jackass out of yourself. Like, I don't know how this is possible. Like, I've never seen any company so determined to like go down swinging while being in the wrong. Like, I don't understand it. Like, it's ridiculous. Do you want to comment on the development of Elden Ring?
So I'm looking at. I heard about this. I didn't read into it. From Software games, starting like with Demon Souls, one of the biggest takeaways,
The hallmarks.
one of one of the hallmarks of playing a From Software title, like a Soulsborne From Soft title, is stress. They're very stressful games, and at times you find yourself questioning: is this worth the effort? Is all of this anger?
If you're me, you contemplate playing Frisbee in the yard with the disc.
If you're me, you consider turning the disc into a flour and baking it into bread
and baking a Sekiro souffle
and feeding it to the birds. We have very colorful vocabulary when it comes to getting upset.
We like to make original allegories to things, and I think it's one of our. Unsubbed and reported. Nice one, Violet. Maybe next time you could fix them before launch. Yeah, that's what they do, though. It's Rockstar, isn't it? Taking 15 years to work on GTA 6. This is the same company. Come on.
Come on, we know.
Oh yeah,
It's Rockstar.
Bobby Kotick wanted to buy Kotaku so that he can manufacture positive press. Yeah.
Yes, I saw that. It was obnoxious.
He was also looking. I think.
I love Kotaku.
I think. He saw like a Kotaku article. It was either a Kotaku article or an IGN article, and he was like, that he saw one article and it was like, "Yep, time to sell." And I was like, he's so easily swayed, you know, like.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
But we digress. It's been reported that Elden Ring is being designed to reduce player stress without adding easy mode.
Which I'm skeptical of the claims about that, because like it's from software. How much can they de-stress the gameplay? Like
even if it's 1%, even if it is 1% that is a major win for reduced stress in a From Software title.
Because like stress, I feel like is subjective sometimes. Like how they view stress reduction, because different stress reduction techniques work for different people. So like, are they gonna make it so that bosses do less damage than other comparable From Software games? Like, are they gonna do it so that the movements aren't as sudden? Like, I don't know. Apparently you can also complete the game in 30 hours, but there is a lot more to see. There's a lot more game than 30 hours at launch.
Gotcha. I'm looking into this just a little bit more, where because this is such a large world, getting your souls back or whatever they're gonna be called in this game, after you die could be like, that is a major point of like, say you're like
your rings. I don't know.
A lot, yeah.
You're like, this is a fucking Sonic game.
Sonic
now.
game.
I don't know.
Where you're like hundreds of kilometers away or whatever. Like, that's just throwing some number out there, and you're like, fuck, this is impossible. I'm not getting these back. No. Well, that's where the horse comes in, where you can summon a rideable horse to travel great distances faster. And I'm assuming you could also like run past enemies a lot easier, unless there are like
the Miyazaki has said you can use the horse in combat.
Ooh,
but if the horse dies in combat, he's not gone for good, but you can't summon him again until you're out of combat.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, okay, I get that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But it also means your horse can die. So I'm like wondering, can you like use your? It's terrible, but can you like use your horse as a decoy so that enemies go after it? Like,
hey, you got a lot of options if that's the case.
They play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Little Star every time.
Dead Space
they did that in Dead Space, and
it was not
it did not soothe.
It did not reduce anything whatsoever.
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star made me afraid to play Dead Space by myself, like back in high school.
Okay, like I'm not a parent, but like I plan to be someday. And I'm never gonna sing nursery rhymes to my kids, because I don't know whoever thought it was a good idea to sing nursery rhymes to your kids, because they're all about some terrible shit. Like all of them are about terrible shit. Like Ring Around the Rosie, that's about the bubonic plague. Like, stop singing nursery rhymes to your kids. They're so terrible.
Yep. Meanings behind Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo are also very bad.
Very bad. So, pick a different song. Pick any
ABCs.
Song.
ABCs.
The Michael Jackson version, like the Jackson 5 version, or the one that white people know?
I
like the Jackson 5.
Yeah,
like
it's a great song. No, like the actual alphabet song. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But so they have stated, with battles being fairly difficult, I can understand wanting to reduce stress elsewhere, especially as the enemies are so strong. Mm-hmm. So they did not soften the punches we will be dealt, but they're really trying to sell this horse thing. Horse provides
Yeah, I don't
a
know.
stress-free method of traveling.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
I don't know. I mean, I think the open world is going to be fairly large.
However, what's catching my eye is it's a introduced as a means of quickly and enjoyably moving vertically upward in order to explore higher areas. So we got horse jumps.
Yeah, there's a level of verticality that is not present in like most From Software titles. Like Sekiro, I believe, was the first one to introduce a new level of verticality.
Yeah, with its grappling hook. Yep.
But this one won't have a grappling hook, or maybe it will. I don't know.
We don't know.
You got a weird.
We will find out.
You got a weird gear arm, so like I don't know, maybe. Also, there's this cool new Gundam Nintendo Switch shell. It's a Gundam case that makes gaming more convenient for when you're gaming on the go. So apparently, it comes with like there's a little compartment in the back of the Switch case. Let me put this in chat so you guys in chat can look along. But this is really interesting. There's apparently a little compartment in the back of the case that like has a little game holder slot, so you could like carry a spare Switch game in the back of your case like directly, which I think is really cool. It also has a few other features like improve stand a little bit. Like the stand is a bit wider. There's an optional wireless controller adapter in the case that's detachable, which I really like. It comes with the shell that you buy for the Switch. Also comes with a carrying case, which looks really cool, and it also comes with something called the One Dock, which allows you to connect the Switch in handheld mode to a larger screen, which is smaller than the standard Switch dock, which means it's more accessible if you like want to put it on like a laptop or something like that. So I think this is really cool.
This is awesome, and this is really cool. This official.
This is not an official This is on Kickstarter.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna fucking back this. This is cool as hell.
You can pledge $79 to receive the case itself, or receive the unit and all additional accessories for a total of $169.
There's a level of verticality not present in real life horses.
That's true. Why don't horses jump 20 feet in the air like they do in Skyrim?
Why can't they climb vertically up a mountain like they do in Skyrim?
Why can't I climb Mount Kilimanjaro with a horse like I can in Skyrim? That's all I'm saying. People at Bethesda knew how to make traversal mechanics fun. But that Gundam Switch shell, man.
That looks really cool.
That was sick. The One Dock I'm particularly excited about, and the cool little the way that the extra game. Did you see that slide? The extra game.
Yeah, where it's like in like the.
I like it a lot.
The grip.
EA has announced 3 new Star Wars projects that they are working on. They are working on a Jedi Fallen Order sequel, and we pretty much knew that already. They are also at Respawn Entertainment working on a new Star Wars themed FPS, a first-person shooter set in the Star Wars universe, but it is not Star Wars Battlefront 3. That is important to note. And EA doesn't know if it's ever going to authorize Battlefront 3 to get made. So, which is fair considering the rough launches that the first 2 Battlefronts have. So, like, I would be skeptical to make a third one too.
Yeah.
And the third one is also apparently going to be a Star Wars RTS game. So I think that's cool. You know, I think RTS is getting a new facelift.
There's a new wave,
new genre coming out, because like we got the Dune RTS game, we got what is it, new Everspace game coming out. RTS is like making a comeback, man. Like I'm excited about this, and I am also happy. Like even though all 3 of these projects are getting worked on by EA, I'm happy we have exited the era of EA Star Wars exclusivity. So now that, like, you see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, if we make it so that these like property rights are open to everyone, and like anyone could potentially make projects out of these properties. We get great things like Star Wars Eclipse coming out. Like it feels like a no-brainer to me. Like stop making things exclusive to everything. Not everyone needs to have a gotcha. Also, a German physicist has made GTA 5 playable on a Game Boy.
I saw that. Is legendary.
Using Wi-Fi streaming. Apparently, the German physicist renders the game on his PlayStation, so on his PS5, and he streams it to the Game Boy over Wi-Fi. And I'm like, this dude figured out game streaming on a Game Boy. Figured out cloud streaming on a Game Boy. I don't know how this is possible, but it's amazing. And it's complete with all the green tint of the original Game Boy actually had. And I don't know how the game plays.
Oh, I played GTA 5 at 3 FPS.
But I am no, because the game is rendered on the PlayStation, so it could potentially be played at like 30 or above.
I need to look into it more. See if he has a video.
No, because like all the work of the actual
it's being done on the PlayStation.
On the PlayStation, yeah. The think of the Game Boy as just like an input device.
That might actually be like surreal to see.
Like obviously it wouldn't look great on the Game Boy because it's such a small screen, but like
yeah, you can count the pixels on a Game Boy screen.
But like the performance could like it'll only be bottlenecked by like how good the display is and what the refresh rate is. Otherwise, all the work is being done by the PS5. I think it's amazing that this happened. I love it. This is why stuff like this, Game Boy stuff like this, is why I own a Game Boy modding handbook. Like, cause I want to do cool shit like this. This is amazing. Like imagine getting Silent Hill 2 to run on the Game Boy. That'd be amazing. What you look like you did something.
I'm watching I'm looking at the video of him playing it.
It's impressive, right?
It is impressive. The screen is definitely trying its best.
It's trying, dude, but like it works. It works. It's happening. And I'm excited about it. Do you want to paste that link in the chat in case the chat is interested?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Word. Also, we got more PlayStation backwards compatibility rumors. Briefly, all PS4 trophies on PlayStation Network were briefly shown as PS3 game titles, sparking more backwards compatibility rumors. The bug was quickly addressed and fixed by PSN this past week. And people don't know what to think. People are very wary about what's going on, and they're expecting a state of play. I'm expecting a state of play this month, like in February at some point. So, I don't know. Keep your ears to the ground and your nose to the grindstone. Blizzard Entertainment has announced a brand new IP, a new survival game. Which when was the last time Blizzard announced a new series?
Overwatch.
Yeah, I think you're right. I can't think of the last time Blizzard introduced a new game besides Overwatch. Like they got, because before that, what did they have? They had Diablo 3. They're currently working on Diablo 4. Don't know when that's going to come out though. And before Diablo, they had World of Warcraft. Well, they have StarCraft, and apparently they're trying to work on a new StarCraft game. But like, when is that going to happen when they can't even get Diablo 4 out the gate? But yeah. New survival game, new IP from Blizzard. I'm so sick of remakes and like remasters. Like, yeah, they're pretty, but like, do you remember? There was a time when we had new games.
You're gonna
all the time.
you're going to have me lead into the next topic right off of you saying I fucking hate remasters and remakes.
Okay, but
and I'm sitting here like, oh.
Okay, but there's a caveat to the next one. It is not a remaster. It is a mod. It is a mod being pushed. So that's an important caveat.
It is a restoration.
I have nothing but immense respect for the modding community, even the memers. Even the memers.
I've been sitting here like counting down how many topics till we got to this one, and then you're just like, just drop that bomb on me. I was just like,
you let me lead in with that. All right, so your turn to go on a tangent about this because I know you're passionate about it.
It is so. There has been we've talked about this project on stream before.
Yes.
And we finally have a full like a 1.0 mod. Like it's the mod is complete, and it is coming February 2nd.
For what?
Resident Evil 4 HD fan project.
HD remaster fan project, right?
Yeah. It was almost entirely one guy doing it for 8 years,
which is simply amazing.
And hold on, I implore all of you guys in chat to
research the story on your own.
I'm gonna be posting
the link to the making of it.
Yeah, there's a really awesome 20-minute video by Jacob Geller talking about this mod and just how much went into it. It is honestly like if I could put like a tenth of the effort into something that this modder put into this project, insanity. Finding like real life instances of the architecture in game and like texturing using those real life models. It is insane. I'm so excited. And
nothing but respect for this guy. Like Capcom needs to hire him. Single-handedly did an entire HD remaster of a game.
Over 8 years, and I'm just looking at screenshots of comparisons.
It would have taken Capcom like 6 years to do a remaster of their own with like a team of people.
Like I can't even, and it's like all of these are HD recreations in progress. Like so, he was still fine tuning them.
This guy had access to 0 of the source code. 0 of the actual code of the game and implemented all of it by hand.
Forced it.
Nothing but respect for this. This is amazing.
Majorly one person, but he had a partner. So this was the work of at most 2 people.
2 people. But as I understand it, that the other person was mainly assisting him. Like he was doing like this guy alone was doing most of the work. Like the lion's share of the work this guy was doing.
And so we have Resident Evil 4 HD Remaster Project 1.0 will be out with a trailer February 2nd.
Finally.
5 days.
Are you excited? I could tell you're like freaking out about it.
I'm so fucking excited.
I have to like buy Resident Evil 4 on PC now. I don't even own it.
I do. I own it. I don't know if there's a Switch port, but if there is, I gotta get it because then I will once again own it on every system that I have available to me.
By the way, there's a Steam sale going on right now. Steam Lunar Sale. If you're interested, if you PC gamers out there are interested in playing, if any of you are planning on getting the Steam Deck, it's a great time to hop up on games right before launch.
Absolutely,
because we'll be talking about the Steam Deck's release date later in the show. But great time to hop on this game. So I think I might look into getting Resident Evil 4. But even I've been playing Resident Evil 4 VR, and it's just like
It's so much
if
fun.
I go from playing VR to like back to the tank controls in 4, it's gonna
It's good. It's tough. I have the advantage just because I've played it so many times. I am very comfortable with the controls.
I somehow scraped through the original one time. And
I mean, I've played the original probably like 15 or more times.
not me. Couldn't be me. Like I can't just tank controls. Like it's fine. I didn't have a problem with it surprisingly I played Resident Evil 1, right? I didn't have a problem with it there. But there's something about 4 and like the way that enemies come at you that like makes it much harder cuz like the parasites like the squiddy
Las
the
Plagas.
Las Plagas boys that come out of the guys' heads, like they bum rush you, and it's like, and they also have such a large hitbox, like they go, voof, voof. Like it's weird.
Like it is right now.
What?
Look at what Han said in chat.
When I first,
The BR and brass balls. It just
sorry.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, that was Overwatch in 2016. Open world Star Wars GN Key Droid Sim. When?
Gonk Droid.
Pretty much. Gonk Droid.
Gonk Droid Sim just. Man.
They've been
favorite trash bot.
LucasArts has been teasing some like forgotten footage of Star Wars 1313. So I don't know. Maybe that's the FPS project we're getting. Maybe they're reviving 1313 but putting it in an FPS perspective. I'm trying to look on Steam for like sales. I'll look at it later. What are we looking at next? Got
a Crisis 4 announcement. I accidentally skipped one.
Yeah, Crisis 4 announcement, right? Like that came out of nowhere. When did the last Crisis release? When did Crisis 3 come out? I know they just did the Crisis Remastered trilogy.
I'm on it.
Crisis 3 release date
2013.
Yeah, and then early 2013 too.
Yeah, so we're like a few weeks from it being 9 years ago.
Yeah, it's been almost 10 years. Wild time. Well, long time since the last Crisis game. I've never played the Crisis games. I own the Crisis Remastered trilogy, and I will play it at some point. But new Crisis. Hey, maybe it all comes full circle, and Crisis 4 will be the new graphics card melter. By the time it comes out, so and that I honestly kind of hope it is because that means it all gets sewn together in a nice, pretty bow. And
because Crisis 3 was the original, right?
Crisis Crisis 1 was the original graphics card melter. Like,
Crisis 1, okay.
Crisis, like there was a time when like everyone who owned a PC was like, "Can your computer run Crisis?" If you were like a gamer, like everyone asked
Got you.
And if it couldn't run Crisis, then it like wasn't worth having. it's like I hope we return to that day. Also Activision wants to release the next 3 Call of Duty games, the next 3 Call of Duty single player and multiplayer games on PlayStation as well as Xbox. Despite
That's good to know.
Despite exclusivity rumors. This is most likely due to contractual obligations, meaning that this means that Call of Duty 2022, Call of Duty 2023, and there's also a Warzone 2 planned for 2023, which I'm like, why do you need a Warzone 2? There are plenty of people still playing Warzone. Don't make a Warzone 2. Like, it's like, why make an Overwatch 2 when the first one is already here? Like, guys, stop making sequels to things that don't need sequels. Like, there's a reason that CSGO has been around for like 16 years. Like, the fuck?
True.
Stop
it's
it.
True.
Stop it. Stop fixing things that don't have anything wrong with them. Well, they do have things wrong with them, but like, fix things that need to be fixed. Stop making sequels to shitty games. Sorry, it's just like, I get fired up about the state of Activision Blizzard games. PS5 will now let you upload captures to its mobile app, which I think is pretty cool. So that So imagine being able to share pictures or screenshots or clips from your PS5 that captures automatically to like your PlayStation app, and then you could like send me captures of like trophies that you got or something like that,
Word.
or
Okay.
like just screenshots that you found funny, and like do you remember? I remember the first time you got. I think it was I think it was either in Modern Warfare Remastered or Kingdom Hearts. And I know those are two very different games, but it was in one of those games where you like did a trick shot of something in some game, and it was either Kingdom Hearts or it was Modern Warfare Remastered. And you looked at me and you were like, Kevin, how do I save that gameplay? And it was the first time you figured out how to like save gameplay on a PS4, and uh ever since then
I'll have to look now because it might be on it might be in your account.
I have a vague memory of it being like you threw a grenade across a map and you got like a quadruple kill in Modern Warfare Remastered. And I have a vague memory that that's what it could be, but like ever
Okay.
since then you've had this like bug of like capturing stuff in you that's always in the back of your head that like I hope something cool happens so that I could show Kevin. and uh, and I just think this would be a really cool feature to have because of that. I think that's really
Absolutely.
cool.
And then I could just send it right to you. Quick question: can either of us recommend Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion?
I have personally played Oblivion. Uh, I will say if you've played Skyrim,
It's really hard to go back.
Oblivion was I'm gonna say this: Oblivion was made in 2006, and it really feels like it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. It shows its age. It's pretty
It's
tough.
extremely dated, and the combat it doesn't feel as well polished as it like for the time. It was probably really good. It was probably a decent innovation, but Oblivion was really the Elder Scrolls game that like first started getting Bethesda its reputation of like buggy messes, you know. Like it also has like there's this like famous everyone knows the meme of like the piss poor dialogue of Oblivion of like
Yeah, because the voice actors for Oblivion, it wasn't conversations they were recording. They had a list of every one of their characters' dialogue lines in alphabetical order, and they would record each one individually. And it just it does it
in
something
sequence out of context, and it makes no sense in the terms of their
it
character.
it really it feels weird. Like the dialogue is
It doesn't sound
not
good. Well,
it.
you can also hear in the game some parts of like you can hear in the game. Donkey has a video featuring one of these things actually, one of these moments captured where voice actors will like do second takes uncut in the game that made it into the finished product. Like there's this one game there's this one part of the game where this like female NPC is like talking to the main character, right? And she like says her line da 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 da, and then like when she's done with it, she whispers because she thinks she's off mic, but she's not, and she just whispers, but the mic picks this up, and it's like, oh no, let me try that one again, and that made it into the final game, and that's in the game, and then she does the line again, and it's like it's just little thing like that. If you could find a good deal on it, and you're a super mega fan of the Elder Scrolls games, I don't think it's a bad idea to get it. But I will say, Skyrim is
Because I know Violet's playing through Skyrim right now.
by far the most polished Elder Scrolls game. I like for most Elder Scrolls diehards that like do go back to games, their favorite is usually either Skyrim or Oblivion, or not Oblivion,
Morrowind.
Oblivion is not the treasured child of the Elder Scrolls franchise, and I think that's the best way I could sum that up. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions about any game related things, me and Jared will certainly do our best to ask them.
Absolutely. Between the two of us, we've got a very solid knowledge on
what's our combined experience. Probably like 3 decades worth of gaming experience between the two of us.
Valid.
Or probably 4 at this point, honestly. Because I've been playing games since I was like 3 and could read. As soon as I could read, I was like, "Ooh, what's this GameCube thing?" All right, moving on. eBay will now authenticate trading cards to combat fake cards, which I think is a
Good.
much needed feature. And this is probably coming in the wake of Logan Paul losing $3.5 million to fake Pokemon cards. And I think anytime that Logan Paul can prompt a major company to go, yeah, we need to change this. I think it's I think it's just a funny occurrence. I don't like anybody losing out, even Logan Paul. I don't like anybody losing out on that much money because that's an insane amount to just lose, like for any individual person to lose. But I do find the irony in all this in all this refreshing. Also, Uncharted 5. Or not Uncharted 5.
I was like, excuse me?
I think Uncharted. I'm thinking of Uncharted 5 because of like the remastered collection, but the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection is reportedly the current most beautiful game on the PS5, and it is the current most graphically impressive game on the PS5. It includes a 120 FPS 1080p mode, as well as a 4K 60 true 60 mode, and I'm just like, I've seen screenshots of this game. This is like the first game where I'm like, it looks like a movie. Like it looks like a movie. It looks like you're playing a movie.
Ow.
Like it just looks so amazing. And I think if you own Uncharted 4, you get this for free. So it's worth looking into for you.
Yeah, I mean, well, I have owned it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Another one of my
I'm
games that have
sorry.
gotten stolen.
I'm sorry. Damn, that's a shitty one. Because Uncharted 4 Uncharted 4 is such a great game. You should contact Sony about that, because they may give you a free game code.
Maybe, yeah.
They might, because they can detect that you owned it at one point, and they could like, you could be like, hey, I had this stolen. I did buy the game. Could you please?
It came with my PS4.
Could you please send me? And they could like monitor that, because there's like DRM receipts, when you do buy like through PSN and Xbox and all that. So like, might be worth reaching out to them. You know, might be worth reaching out, because I have heard stories where like people have had games stolen, or like they bought a game and they lost it for whatever reason, and like Sony has like said, yeah, here's a free game code. We appreciate you being, we appreciate your business, and we want to keep you as a customer. So like, here's this. It's easy to highlight the bad of a big corporation like that, but there also are some good things that they do. So I think it's important to highlight those occurrences as well. Also, Horizon Forbidden West has gone gold, meaning it is fixed over 99.
In production.
It has finished over 99% of bug fixes. Meaning that
discs are in production.
And this apparently also has gone gold as well as on PS4 Pros, as well as PS5s.
Okay.
I can't speak for base PS4 performance, because it is the base PS4. Oof, I don't know, man. A 2013 system trying to play a game that was made in 2022.
Really? It's really already almost been 10 years since the PS4 came out.
Yeah, man. It was released in November 2013.
Oh my god.
I know, it's old. It's old.
Oh.
If you own a launch day PS4, my heart goes out to you, man. Like, if you haven't at least upgraded to a PS4 Pro, or even a PS4 Slim, because that was in 2016. Like, it's rough out here if you got a launch day PS4. I don't know how that thing is still chugging along. And like, I saw a meme. It was like, launch day PS4 playing Horizon Forbidden West versus PS5 playing Horizon Forbidden West, and the PS5 was just standard like screenshot of the game with the DualSense in somebody's hand, and the PS4 was just like an actual goddamn space shuttle taking off, and it's like, oh
my gosh, the fans are go fucking crazy.
Oh, the cooling system is just like not doing it anymore. Those fans need to be replaced. I'm gonna skip 18 and save that for last.
Yep.
Uh, Hyperscape, which is Ubisoft's attempt at a battle royale, which debuted in September of 2020, is already shutting down its servers when it hasn't even been 2 years. It hasn't even been 1.5 years. And it is already shutting down its servers because they have had numerous player drops, and like their concurrent player counts have been steadily falling ever since launch. And the CEO and the creative lead of Hyperscape have both commented, and they said, "Yeah, Hyperscape is an idea that sounded good on paper, but just didn't work in practice. Just didn't work."
I'm gonna be honest. I had never heard of this. I had never heard of Hyperscape.
You see, but like most people are like you. Most people are like, "What's Hyperscape?" It's Ubisoft's battle royale. What do you mean? It's their battle royale, man. Like you remember Splitgate? I thought, okay, that's surprising. I thought you would have at least heard of Splitgate.
Heard the name. I can't. Not a single image of the game is in my brain.
So if I say the words Halo and Portal ripoff battle royale, those don't mean anything to you.
It's ringing more bells now.
Okay, see, buzzwords. That's what's important. But yeah, I think it's really strange that a game is shutting down after it has only launched not even a year and a half ago. It's super weird to see that.
Before we get to our last major gaming topic, I just wanted to say, because this is an anime/gaming topic, we just got a teaser for Seven Deadly Sins open world game. Teaser trailer is about like 2 minutes long. I'm not gonna lie, it actually looks kind of good.
I'll look into it more. I'm not a big Seven Deadly Sins guy, but it looks good.
We don't have a release date or consoles or anything. I'm gonna assume new and old gen PC.
What I've noticed is who's the publisher? Bandai Namco, I'm assuming.
Oh, I didn't put the freaking article in. I'm assuming it's Bandai Namco.
I'm just assuming because a majority of like anime licensed games that get made are done by Bandai Namco. Like I know like pretty much every Naruto, One Piece.
It's Netmarble.
Is that the developer or the publisher? Because the publisher is usually the larger one. Like the publisher is usually more recognizable.
Oh. Give me a second. I'm skipping through the trailer.
What's the game's name?
It doesn't. It's Seven Deadly Sins Origin. Let me see if it shows it at the end of the trailer. No, it literally just says Netmarble.
So is it being produced independently? Yeah. So yeah, Netmarble is producing the game independently. Publishing.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Publishing and producing the game independently.
Yes, I knew you were gonna say something easy. I'm so excited. You're the first person I thought of when I heard about this. It looks really good. It actually looks the complete news to me today.
Yeah, I'm looking at screenshots of it, and it gives me like very much open world shonen vibes.
Which it hasn't. It's worked okay in the recent past. Like I know there was a One Piece open world World Seeker. All right, has it's going to be following its own original story, but I do like the look of it.
The art style, maybe it's just my Dragon Ball brain, but it looks very similar to Dragon Ball actually.
Kind of, yeah. I'd say it's like Dragon Ball, but it's a lot more rounded. Like Dragon Ball has a lot of sharp edges.
Mm-hmm. Is there? Wait. Who's the tall lady? I forget in Seven Deadly Sins.
That's Diane.
Oh right.
The giant.
The giant. Yeah. What?
The tall. Who's the tall lady?
Who's the tall
You mean
lady?
the giant?
I forgot. It's been a while since I've seen the show, man. I binged it once.
It's fine. The most recent season just finished, so like it's now all fully animated.
Okay. Yeah, but it looks cool. I might actually check it out.
Yeah, I was worried going into it, but it looks like the way I can say it, Breath of the Wild has been out for long enough now where gaming companies they got the formula. We've figured out the formula for open world.
But I also hate the fact that everything has to be a Breath of the Wild clone now.
It's just me throwing the joke out there because the new joke is I don't want to play with you anymore, Dark Souls of this genre. It's now the Breath of the Wild of this genre. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I understand. It's just like, I see so many people. The only way that people can describe what games feel like is using other games to reference them. Is referencing other games, and I feel like,
not just describing what it is, like a Sonic open world game or a Kirby open world game,
yeah,
or now
the most popular way to describe a game is to reference other games. Like it feels.
And the two leading dogs, the new underdog is Breath of the Wild, but it has been Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
It has been Dark Souls forever.
Right. Finally, our last gaming
Breath
topic.
of the Wild is the new Dark Souls of gaming comparison.
Finally, our last gaming topic. The Steam Deck finally has a release date. The Steam Deck launches on February 25th next month. Less than a month away, and I am so excited. I am going to buy this thing as soon as it goes live. They say, I'm pretty sure I'm like fairly high up on the first email list because I bought the thing. I like reserved the thing literally seconds after it went live. So I'm pretty sure I'm fairly high up on the pre-order list.
So it was stated that if you get like the go ahead of ordering on the 25th, you'll have it by the 28th, like a month from today.
No, they'll ship it on the 28th.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That makes more sense.
But something that they mentioned is like the shipping cost is included in the price of the deck. And your reservation, your $5, also counts towards the cost. So like you will not be paying anything more than the cost of the deck.
Like they're just.
This is why Gabe Newell said creating a mobile PC that costed this little was painful. It hurt him.
This is a huge game. It's shaping up to be a breakout success. Like right out of the gate, a massive success.
I am so excited. There's a few games that I immediately can't wait to try, and their Steam Deck verified list has been ballooning like this entire past week, and I am so excited to see what gets done. Reportedly they have already figured out. Like I mentioned last week, they have Persona 4 wasn't available on the it wasn't verified to run on the deck yet. Now it is. They already fixed it. I think I should play Persona 4 because I didn't even. Well, first maybe I should finish 5 because I didn't even finish 5 yet because it's so goddamn.
I haven't started 5. I don't believe the stories are connected, so you could play them.
They're all
individually.
PS.
But yeah, I have Persona 4 Gold in my Steam library, so good.
Persona 4 is apparently on the PlayStation Vita, so I might play it there. Imagine mobile Persona. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, February 25th. And if you haven't pre-ordered it, you better do it now. If you haven't slapped down your $5 to reserve it, better do it now. Cause like you won't be getting it until like if you haven't reserved it yet, most likely won't be getting it until Christmas of this year. Or possibly even later than that.
Mine's coming Q3, so
yeah, you're probably
I have a bit of wait.
You're probably like in the October range. September, October range. Most likely,
That's
unfortunately.
fine by me.
Yeah. Unfortunately. But it'll give you a chance to get some legs out of your PC there. You know,
Absolutely.
build up your PC library a bit, and like by the time you get the deck, be ready to go. Hell yeah.
Speaking of, I mean, my Steam library is like over double is what it's ever been.
By the time this sale is over, and by the time the new summer sale is over, like, gonna be so huge.
Yeah, I have 60 games,
It's
which is I used to yeah, no, shush.
Well, now I don't want to.
Shush.
Now I don't want to say mine because I'll feel like a dick.
I know, you probably have like 200.
Pretty close to that, yeah.
Yeah.
I've also had a PC for like over a year longer than you though. All right, you said you got to get going, so we should just wrap up the show, and then we'll talk later.
Oh yeah, I was just looking because you talked about it earlier. I pulled up my 2021 wrap up for Sony.
Mm-hmm. What's your most played game?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Really?
Yeah, I have 332 total hours. This is really funny because it is almost it could just barely be an even split. I have 167 hours on my PS4 and 165 on my PS5.
When did you get a PS5 in 2021?
At launch for Village.
In May.
Oh, but I'm reading it. It's 50% of my total playtime was on PS4 titles.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it might be counting.
You also
PS4
played a
games
fair
I've
bit
played
of
on...
Kingdom Hearts on your PS4, and I'm like,
that's true. If you were wondering, so Ghost of Tsushima 48 hours. Second was Demon Souls at 31. Kingdom Hearts was 29.
I don't know my total, but if I had to guess,
2 platinum trophies this year.
Nice. If I had to guess, one of the things that I spent the most time in was either probably Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, or maybe Demon Souls, because I did spend a lot of time there. I did spend a lot of time grinding in that game.
One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 is in my top 5 played.
Nice. All right, let's get you out of here with what to watch / play, and then we'll be all set. So stuff that has come out this past week. Got 2 big releases this week. First off, we got Mousecraft is out on Xbox One. Is a puzzle game. Currently out on Xbox One. The Artful Escape has been ported to Nintendo Switch, PS4, and PS5. It is a platform indie game. It's very sweet. Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger 12-2 is out on PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. Pokemon Legends Arceus is out on Nintendo Switch exclusively. The latest Pokemon franchise to shake up the Pokemon formula. And finally, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, which includes Uncharted 4 and Uncharted Lost Legacy, is out on PS5 exclusively. So that is what we got for games. Take us away with movies.
I'm looking at these movies, like I don't remember talking about any of these last week.
Probably just slip your mind.
No, but like last week there was Batman Soul of the Dragon. I don't remember talking about that. Looks like a live action Batman kung fu movie. That looks so fucking cool.
Could have been a day 1 drop.
That's fair. All right, I'm just gonna take us from Saturday the 22nd to today. All right, so we have So My Grandma's a Lesbian.
Okay.
We have Brothers by Blood. We have Born a Champion. Psycho Gorman. Oh, this is 2021. That's why.
Why didn't it... Oh.
It was set to 2021. I was like, what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, yeah. This is all looking...
I sent you the wrong link. That's all looking familiar now.
Yes, okay. This looks familiar. Okay. So, sorry about that, everyone. We have Running. We have The Great Postal Heist. We have Dracula, the original living vampire. And we have Rifkin's Festival.
And that's it. Pretty slow week. We're going to be shaping. February is a strong month for everything. I swear, if you're a gamer, if you're a nerd in any capacity, February is the month where you're going to have the least time. Going to have no time for anything. TV for this week. New TV releases. Grown-ish is out on Freeform, a new season of that. Gomorrah, a new season of Gomorrah is out on HBO Max. A new season of Bunker is out on HBO Max. A new season of I Am Georgina is out on Netflix. A new season of Janet is out on A&E. The Legend of the Vox Machina is out on Amazon Prime Video. A new season of In From the Cold is out on Netflix. A new season of The Woman in the House Across the Street from the something, because the title's too long. It got cut off. I can't see it. Is out on Netflix. So she's
anime light novel title.
She's across the street from something.
What is she across the street from? I have to watch it to find out now.
She's across the street from the Ellipses. Feria, The Darkest Light is out.
The Ellipses. Ah, yes, the Ellipses. I know them. They're a very quiet family.
They're very foreshadowing. All of Us Are Dead. A new season of that is out on Netflix.
Same.
The Orbital Children is out on Netflix. A new season of The Orbital Children. A new season of Angry Birds Summer Madness is out on Netflix. I didn't know that was a thing.
No, that's a thing.
Getting Curious with Jonathan Van Ness is out on Netflix. A new season of that.
He's one of the Queer Eye guys who I am told I look like when my hair is down and my mustache is curled.
Your mustache is curled like a Red Dead character. And
That's
finally,
such a nice
new season of The After Party is out on Apple TV Plus. So that is all we got for you guys this week. Stay safe if you are in the northeast region of the U.S. because it is going to be
gonna get hit hard tonight.
Very, very big storm this weekend and possible power outages. So make sure you stay safe, stay warm. So, yeah.
Stay thirsty.
Have a good weekend. Stay thirsty.
This whole stream has just been a build up to a Dos Equis.
A Dos Equis ad. I don't always stay cold, but when I do, I freeze to death. So, thank you everybody for watching.
We're all dead.
All my friends are dead. New season out on Netflix.
All right.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you next week, same time.